On this episode of Geek Dad Life, we're going to open up the Build-A-Horse Dark Knight Returns wave from McFarlane. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Geek Dad Life. It's your host, Jay Gladfelter here. And yes, you all voted with your likes on this past Sunday's Toy Geeks, where I think we set a target of 150 likes while we were live. And if we hit that, I would commit to opening up this entire wave of the Dark Knight Returns figures from McFarlane. I originally was not going to buy this set, but then when my co-host and buddy John of Toy Geeks got this set, I was just like, God, these look incredible. The horse looks amazing. It looks like they kind of jumped right off the pages of Frank Miller's fantastic work. So when I saw them at my Target, I had to pick them up. They just look so good. And I was lucky enough to find 4 figures that, at least from the windows on these boxes, looked really good. So hopefully as we open these up, they will look just as good out of the box as they do in the box. And then another part of doing this live is assembling the horsey itself. I'm really nervous about it, actually, based on, what John said on the show, as well as you all in the chat, too, how it's difficult assembling this horse can be. So hopefully you all can be here with me as we put this thing together. So let's say hello to the chat. iBrandon3G is here. Love the live unboxings. Break up my workday. Well, glad to help break up your workday. iBrandon3G. VCG Cosplay is here. Says he found those new Lightyear toys on the shelf. If I find them, I'm probably going to pick them up. They look really cool. Rick is here as well. Space Cowboy Overman is here. And yes, we'll talk about the votes in a second. Shiny Plastic People is in the house. And had to pick up the Robin, they said, because it's an awesome looking figure. And I agree with that. We also have Yair Labert here as well. We've also got John Rhodes, Kayla Silva, Bill Pagan, Matt Bush is here. Apple Berserk, Bullwinkle 80 is in the house. Paul Draper, Plectrum. Our big Batman's leg supposed to be so long. I don't know. Maybe it's because it needs to ride the horse. I don't know. Maybe it's the way the camera angle is hitting it. Maybe that's why. Jeremy is here. Cobweb, Humorless Frank, Jamie Vaughn is in the house. Shannon, yo, love that version of Batman. It looks really good. Shannon, it looks really good. No Saw is here. That is an amazing set. Had to open it. Cobweb, Godfather, Joker with horse. I know, right? It's fitting that the Joker has the horse head in there. Studio Henge is here as well. All right. Well, yeah. Let's check the vote. Before I would kind of do it live in the chat, and it was, it took a little while sometimes to get the votes in. Well, with the poll feature now on YouTube streaming, you all can vote in the poll, and then I will kind of open it. Chat. Oops, let me mute this real quick. I apologize. Who is winning? And it's Batman by a long shot with 32%. And then it's tied in second place is Robin and Superman with 27%, and Joker in dead last at 14%. So in that order, I'm going to open up Batman, then Robin, then Superman, and then Joker. And then we will assemble this pony. I put Dig a Pony on there. It's my son's favorite Beatles song. It is a really good Beatles song. Masit Nazara, I'm glad you're making the horse live. Have an open mind so I can learn from your mistakes. Oh, thanks. Thanks to be your guinea pig on this one, Nazario. Yeah, I'm really stressed about it. I'm not going to lie. I'm really stressed. Opening toys live is stressful enough, but having to assemble a BAF and a complicated one at that should be fun for you all to watch anyway. All right, let's get this thing rolling then. Here we go. Batman's first, as voted by you. Let me move these others out of the way. McFarlane hasn't really changed their setup on packaging since they got the DC license couple years ago. So nothing new of note here. This is the bigger box to accommodate for the Build-A-Horse figure. But if you've had a McFarlane figure, you know what to expect. Here's the directions for the horsey. So this is what we'll follow. Batman comes with the 2 front legs and the tail. And of course, the Batman. So here we go. Without any further ado, let's open this thing up. Oh, man, hopefully everybody has had a good week. It's Friday Eve, which is always a bonus. My work is crazy as always. If you don't know, I work in the startup world, and I don't know, startups are always chaos. I feel like I enjoy it because it's never boring, but there's times I wish I was like, I don't know, what's the most boring job you can have that just never changes? Some days I wish I had one of those kind of jobs. Here is the card that the Batman comes with. But yeah, really excited to open up this set just because I vividly remember the first time I read this comic book series. I didn't read it while it was coming out. I think a friend of mine said, "Oh, you got to read this," and he had the collected trade paperback, and it just blew my mind. That, along with the Watchmen, just blew my mind at a young age, and yeah. So ever since then, it's been one of my favorite comics of all time. If you have never read, it's everyone's read it. It's kind of like it may lose some of its allure just because everybody's read it. Everybody talks about it to death. So sometimes when great work like that, or that happens to great work, people think it's overrated or over just talked about. Boom, there we go. So I got the Mattel DC Classics version of this Dark Knight Returns Batman, as well as the Superman and the that Batman in the Batman armor, or the end of the series. I liked them mainly because they used the Masters of the Universe Classics book. This one is very different, made to look more like the comic. And if you're saying, oh, if you haven't read the comic, he's really bulky. He's really bulky in the comic. But there's been a lot of the Dark Knight Returns versions of Batman since that DC Classics one. Like something attached to it here. Here, there we go. But yeah, overall, first impressions on this Batman is he looks pretty good. The joints feel pretty good. He's got to be able to stretch those legs to get on the horse. But yeah, everything seems to be working. If not a little loose, some of the joints, like this knee joint's a little loose. This one's feels good. This hand feels super loose. Look at how easy that spins around. But McFarlane's been hit or miss with their sculpts lately for me, but I think this one's pretty good. Again, if it's kind of just capturing a page out of the Dark Knight Returns, I think it does a pretty good job. Rick, have never read the comic. Sounds like I should. Absolutely. I mean, maybe so. It's one of those things where so much of Batman from that point on kind of follows it, but at the time, like, it was just so revolutionary in its story. Thigh cut, thick thigh cut. But yeah. So he should be able to ride the horse. I should have put what's that song, Pony? I should have put that on there. And morning, let's do it. The horsey legs look good, I guess. We'll have to see once we attach them. Tail, horse tail. Looks nice and sculpted. We have a batarang as well, ready to go. And boom. So looks good. We have a closed fist as well as an accessory. But I intend to display this Batman on the horse. All right, so I'm going to put the horse part, the horse parts over here. All right, next up is Robin. Let's get into it. Love this version of the character. Again, the story is kind of post the Jason Todd Death of Robin story, right? Like, it kind of goes 30 years in the future. So it's old man Bruce Wayne. Has been Batman in forever. Feels regret over the death of Robin. So, the introduction of a new Robin in this story was pretty cool. Yeah, the Carrie Kelly Robin is again one of the a really cool take on the character. Really badass character in the comic as well. And I got the Mattel one, but I eventually sold it. Just it wasn't that great of a likeness. But in the box, this one seems to be really good. It's like, you know, open things up. I feel like I have to read it again. I haven't read the series in a little while. God, it's probably been 15 years since I read The Dark Knight, the whole thing again. We got her out. Let's get the midsection of the horse. But yeah, I that's a sign of a good set of toys here. It's like I gotta read this again. All right, there's the big accessories with this are two sides of the horse. I remember John telling me that I had to put the saddle on before I attached these pieces. So we'll see how that goes. Bill said, so Robin is an accessory. But yes, a lot of people saying Robin's the fave of the wave. Yes, Carrie Kelly. Again, it's a great character if you've seen the books, and oh my, like this thing. Wow. It is like the way the glasses work, and then the you can still see the eye like paint as well as the sculpt underneath looks really, really good. It looks like she's popped right off the pages. Like, all right, so sometimes when they're put in posed a little bit, they can be kind of stuck. But luckily it looks like she is okay on that front. Probably need to futz with the leg a little bit just because it's kind of set side to side. I think I'd rather have it the other way, but we'll see. I probably tweak that around a little bit. But yeah, I love the classic Robin suit. It's just Robin's one of my favorite, if not my favorite comic book character. Just because as a kid, like Robin was my favorite. Because I could be Robin. I'm not as cool as Bruce Wayne, but I could be Robin. Wasn't that the whole point of these characters? The sidekicks? But wow, she looks absolutely fantastic. Bravo. It's going to be hard for this one not to be Fave of the Wave. I know we're still only halfway through, but the way the hair looks, like she just comes across fantastic. A lot of people are saying as well, outstanding job. This one looks incredible. Robin Collector above all else. There we go. Carrie's so good. Kind of wish McFarlane would reuse most of her for classic comic Robin. Love the hair. Yeah, this looks freaking amazing. And the little shoes, the little booties. Classic Robin shoes. She looks great. Pumped to get her. All right, yeah, and we've got our other pieces here. That's that. I think Superman is next. Oh, somebody asked, do her glasses come off? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to take them off. How do I get them back on? You probably could take them off. I just don't want to do it, Black Phoenix, because they're sitting on there so good. Jeremy says, most accurate to the comic for sure. Absolutely. Overman, the shoes are where I want to see her next to the superpowers Robin. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Shiny Plastic Fuel says, no, the glasses do not come off. So there you go. But she looks great. I mean, just side by side. Dynamic duo. This is such a good figure. It's like sometimes one figure can carry a whole wave. I think she has that level to her. Okay, Superman. I think I've heard the most kind of complaints about this version of the character, this sculpt for the character. I liked the Mattel DC Classics one because again, it was using the He-Man buck. And I remember when they were like so kind of secretive about the fact that it was using the He-Man buck, if you all remember that. So in the DC Classics line, they did the Dark Knight Returns Batman Superman, and it very, very clearly used the Masters of the Universe Classics buck. And at first, they were kind of being very secretive about that. there is Superman's exclusive card. Data file card. I want to trade some cards. And he is like smooshed in here. Let's see if I can get him out. So yeah, I've heard the most complaints about the look of this Superman. But he was kind of again, a chunky character in the show. It's an older Superman. He was kind of the enemy of the story. Kind of working for the man, I believe was Ronald Reagan in that story. We got the back horsey legs. We got some extra hands as well. But that epic battle between Superman and Batman at the end. So I think while a lot of us were excited for Batman v Superman, the second Superman movie from Zack Snyder, it's because it kind of, we're using that final battle from The Dark Knight Returns in that film, but that film ruined it. So if you want the best version of like what that could have been, again, just read The Dark Knight Returns, the last book, the last chapter. Batman versus Superman. Oh, such a good fight. One of my favorite fights I think I've ever read in a comic book. I loved it so much. So epic. All right. In hand. Actually, I think it's way better in hand than it looked like in the promo pictures. I mean, it kind of even has a bit of a Ronald Reagan head sculpt to him, because he was kind of representing, that, I guess, in the book. But yeah, he's a thick boy. But again, that was the look of the characters in the comic book. Exactly. It's definitely that's a Ronnie Reagan head sculpt if I ever saw one right there. Callow went a little overboard on the facelift and fillers. Ray Alonso says, great story. I just don't like this version of the Joker. What, the toy or the Joker in the story? Because he does kind of get through. Yes, yeah. I'd love to get a white horse and Clark in a white shirt and glasses combo pack of comics. Yeah. Yep. Yes, after the Daily Planet goes all cable news. So yeah, it's again, it evokes the look. I don't think it's an exact look to what we saw in the comic book, but I think it gets the job done. And the head sculpt actually looks pretty good. It kind of just looked mangled in the promo pics, but in hand, I think it actually looks pretty good. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. In the comic, he was drawn to look like Reagan on purpose. So it definitely has that look. And yeah, so if you're like, why is he Superman? I mean, that's just the way they looked like in the comics. Same for Batman. They were older. They were more swole. This is old man Bruce Wayne, gray hair, like what was he 70 or something like that? 75. Old man on death's door. But still, it's a classic Superman look. Just it has the appearance that he was in The Dark Knight Returns. But I like it. Again, it's probably the least impressive of the wave, but still, it's not as bad as it looked in the pictures. I will give it that. All right, last figure, the Joker. Again, if Ray, you're saying you didn't like this appearance of the character in this, yeah, I guess he wasn't the big bad in the story. Hashtag spoiler alert, but the book's been out for 35 years. Gosh, what was it, 86? 36 years? So they all come with the file card. Are people saving these? I feel like I just got a stack of them somewhere, but I'm not paying that much attention to them. And then let's see. Both, says Ray. Both the story and the design, just not feeling it. Again, yeah, I do like that Joker comes with a horse's head, though. Oh my gosh. Also has the saddle. And I see what John's saying about the saddle. It doesn't, there's no latch. So this has to be put on as you get the thing together, because after that you will not be able to put it on. FYI. I have a stack of packaging around this. Let's pop this out. Horse head. All right, let's take a look at this Joker. Jeremy says the Joker face is just off. It's like squished or something. The suit looks amazing, though. No thigh cut on the others, only Batman. Well, that's a good point. Good call out there, Bullwinkle. Thank you for calling that out. And I mean, I can see the arguments on the head sculpt. It's not perfect. I mean, the look of Joker in The Dark Knight Returns is a very unique look for the Joker. Always kind of felt very Miami Vice, very 80s in terms of the suit and everything. Oh, that's right. They don't do guns on these anymore. Because he very iconically had a gun, right? God, I haven't read the book in 15, 20 years. But anyways, very rubber knife. That doesn't want to fit in his hand. Because it's a trigger hand. Ugh, whatever. Bill says the head's too small. I think that's true to the book as well, though, because they were just kind of all big and bulky. With the Justin Taylor Thomas Center hair. That's the way my hair can look if it just kind of, if I don't put stuff in it. We put next to a Moon Knight white suit. I still haven't watched Moon Knight yet. I got to do that. We are behind on that. So yeah, not as much, no thigh cuts on the leg articulation. But do you really need that for this Joker? I don't think so. It looks pretty good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time for us to try and put this horse together. Let's look at the directions again. All right, so we need to put the head on in the middle here. And then we've got to attach both sides of the body and then slip on the saddle. And then we can put the legs and the tail in. Right? Does that sound right, everybody in the chat? Oh, this is so stressful. Okay, here we go. All right, so we've got our middle sections here. And seems like they kind of just snap together. People asking if the horse is the scale of Battle Cat or Panther. Maybe one of them. I don't see why not. All right, so I think the horse's head will go right here. Right? And then this has to come up here. Don't get eliminated. I know this is so stressful. Wow. If you're watching this and haven't hit the like button yet, please do. All right, at least make this stress, or to quote my friends over at YHS, this toy anxiety worth it. Please hit that like button. All right, so kind of need to line this up. Oh, okay. So you have to like slide it into place. So I'm gonna have to, I think, push it back so it locks into place. So let me put the saddle on now before I do that. Or do I do it after that? Oh, such a big belly. Do I put it on? There we go. All right. All right. Saddle's on. So now we just got to click it into place. Hey, ha ha. Take that, you horse. I did it. Okay. Oh, snap. Pacific Comics, I put the tail in before. Oh, no. Oh. Dude, it's fine. It seemed to work. Comics, it seemed to work. Yeah, performance inside its finest. Yep. All right. All right, so we've got the tail, we've got the saddle. All right, let's put the front legs up here. And then let's see, this is left and right. So right, left. Is that stage left? Right. Okay. Front legs are in. And then this, I make sure. I shouldn't just guess this stuff. No, it has to be that, right? It has to be that one. That's how horses work. Yeah. That goes right here. Wow. All right. I think we did it. I think we did it. Oh, right. Let's see if we can get to like stand up or whatever. All right, yeah, I did the right ones. I just need to. I know nothing about horse anatomy or the movements, so I have to like practice trying to get a cool pose. And stand up on its own. There we go. We did it. We did it. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna stress about trying to get this Batman into a cool pose. That'll take forever. But you know what? Whatever. That's why we signed. That's why we're here, right? Let's put this Batman on. Screw it. I probably couldn't get his foot into the stirrups. That's really thick. Batman on a horse. I think the hair is swept back because it's supposed to like be kind of in that upright position. Superman and the Joker. There we go. And Robin. I've seen some really cool, like with flight stand ideas with her. So I would like to try some of those out. I got her foot is like going the wrong way. I'll fix that later. Oh, yeah. There we go. It's like her little ball joint is going the wrong way. Ugh. Anyway, her ball joint is facing there. I can fix it. I just have to like hold this down and somehow get it to rotate around so that it's facing the right way. There we go. So that her ankles can rock appropriately. There we go. All right, there we go. I think I fixed it. And the horse falls over. Oh my gosh. All right, here we go. There we go. Just trying to get one last shot. Boom. Okay. Whew. The horse. Rachel! Oh, man. Let's see if we can get them all in focus. There we go. All right, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Build a Horse wave from McFarlane. And gosh, you know, this whole thing's about what, $100 some odd $100. I think it's like $107 after tax or whatever. And really, I think you're getting a pretty darn good deal for that, because this Build a Horse looks amazing. This is arguably the best Carrie Kelly Robin we've ever gotten. You know, you can nitpick, I think, on Joker and Superman in terms of the face sculpts and stuff like that, but still, I think they generally look pretty good as far as the Dark Knight Returns comics goes. And yeah, let's pick our fave of the wave. I'm gonna go. Gosh, it's hard not to pick Carrie Kelly. She's amazing. But to get a full featured Bat Horse as well, that's, you know, it's hard to go up against. But I think Carrie Kelly looks fantastic. She is my fave of the wave. I'm Bat Horse. Omer says it's a solid set, even with Clark's Botox. Batman is fave of the wave for Bill Pagan. Superman ride the horse. Maybe next time. But yeah, so there you go. There you have it. Let me know down in the comment section, if you're watching this after the fact, what do you think of this set? Is it worth the purchase? Is it worth picking up all of these? Very rarely do I feel like I need to buy everything to get a Build-A-Figure, but this one is the exception, where every single figure and the Build-A-Figure is on theme for one story. This is, you know, kind of a pretty much, you know, starter set, complete set for what you would want in the Dark Knight Returns. Yes, there's other characters that you'd want, absolutely, but you know, these are the main ones from that series, and it's really cool to get them. So they are all going to absolutely get the Geek Dad Life buy rating. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me in the chat. We'll be back this Sunday on Toy Geeks. Got a big show planned, because I don't know if you've seen or not, but a lot of Turtle Van options out there for people. And we'll be doing a showdown, a party wagon Turtle Van showdown. All three of the big Turtle wagons that are available to people right now in this Turtle Van apocalypse. And we're going to kind of trying to settle it once and for all between all of them, who is, or which is the van that is most worthy of our collector dollars. And we may very well have a special guest join us this Sunday. Just waiting on just maybe there might be some scheduling conflicts, but maybe not. So really hope the special guest works out, because I think they are a fantastic person to be a part of, kind of doing a versus between all of the Turtle Vans. If you know who would probably prefer that. And I hope that works out on the scheduling end. So be on the lookout for that this Sunday. John and I will be traveling to Winston-Salem this on Saturday for the Winston-Salem Inside Pitch Toy Show. We're not setting up to sell. We're just going around to toy hunt. I'll be trying to pick up some gargoyles, figures, and other things, some vintage ones anyway. So if you're in the Winston-Salem, North Carolina area and you see John or I, definitely say hey. And yeah, we'll have a lot of fun. And until next time, also, oh wait, and also we're like 50 something away from 10,000 subscribers. So GDL After Dark, our very first, you know, the Patreon page is this close to becoming live. Will we have like our first GDL After Dark in time for this Sunday? Well, if you haven't hit subscribe yet, definitely do it right now to make that happen, and that bell icon. All right, everybody, let's take care. Enjoy the close of your week, and I hope your weekend is really strong. And we'll see you at the end of the weekend this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, everybody, take care. Hasta luego, and goodbye.